This is a mirror drawing apparatus. This is the pattern of a star which the person has to trace, but the person will have to see this image in the mirror and then trace. This cover is meant for this purpose, that the person is, while sitting here, the person is not able to see this star pattern and the person sees its image in the mirror. This is the stylus by which we have to trace this star pattern without touching the walls of the pattern. When we touch the wall, it will be counted as an error, and this counter is meant for counting the errors which a person will make while tracing this star pattern, and that will happen when the stylus will touch the edges of this star pattern. Hello. I welcome you in this psychological experiment. This is a mirror drawing apparatus. You can see that in this mirror you can see the shape of a star, right, and this is a stylus. What you have to do is to trace this star while looking into the mirror. So, you just have to put the stylus in the center and trace it like this in the middle without touching the walls. If you touch the wall, it will be considered as an error. So, this is what you have to do. First you will do it with your right hand, then you will do it with the left hand, and again by your right hand. So, have you understood what you have to do?
Yes.
Right. So, can we start now?
Sure.
Okay. So, you can start from here. Yes, in the center. Yes, without touching the walls you have to trace it. You have to trace the star. Alright, it's done. Fine. So, one trial is over. Right. Okay. And, earlier you traced this star pattern with your right hand. Now you have to trace this pattern with your left hand, and while trying not to touch the edges with the stylus. So, you can start now. It's alright, try to move the stylus further. Alright, so you have traced the pattern completely. Alright. This is a Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, which is used to evaluate intelligence of individuals who are aged 16 years and above. In this test, there are two categories of test, verbal as well as performance test. In verbal test, we have information comprehension, arithmetic, similarities and vocabulary. And in the performance test, we have digit symbol, picture completion, block design, picture arrangement and object assembly. Now, I will show you few of the performance tests of this battery. Now, this image is a part of our picture completion. Over here, the person has to look at the picture and find out what is the missing part in this image. Like for example, in this image, the tail of the horse is missing. So, the person has to say that the tail is missing. These blocks are part of the block design subtest of the battery. As we can see that they have red, white and half white on different sides. The person is shown this card and the person has to create an image like this with these blocks. For example, over here, like this we can recreate this image with these blocks. These cards are part of our picture arrangement subtest. Over here, there are few images which tell us a story. The person has to rearrange these cards in a way that all the cards show a particular story. Like for example, in this case, we can see that a bird is bringing a straw to build a nest, and then the bird has laid eggs, and then the bird is taking care of the newborns. These pieces are part of our object assembly subtest. Over here, the person is given these pieces and the person has to create a full image out of these pieces by putting them together. For example, these pieces can be put together in the form of a mannequin like this shown here. This is a digit symbol subtest. Over here, we can see that with every digit some symbol is given. And in these rows, the person has to put down the corresponding symbol underneath the letter. For example, the symbol like this will come under 2 over here, and the symbol like this will come under 3 over here. So, in this test of object assembly, we have given the pieces of the first test to the participants in the given sequence. This is a sequence which is mentioned in the manual of this test. The participant has to put all these pieces in a complete figure. The time will be noted down with a stopwatch and will be recorded in this record form. So, now you have to put all these pieces together in such a way that they make a complete figure. That figure you will have to find out what kind of figure it is going to make. Fine. So, try to do it as soon as possible, right. So, start now. So, we can see that the participant completed this figure of mannequin approximately 0.18 seconds, which we will note down in this response sheet over here, object assembly. Now over here you have to put all these pieces together so that they make a meaningful image, right. So, please start. So, we can see that to complete this profile image, the participant took approximately 1 minute and 14 seconds.